Hi there and welcome to another episode of Not Another Rangers podcast. And tonight join myself is Ricky and JD. How you doing, Ricky?
Very good, mate. Good to have JD back on, and even for Rangers are rubbish, let's talk about them.
JD, how are you after your weekend with the Man City players?
Oh, it was good. Aye, feeling good.
That was a free call.
It was good. Aye. Put in Newcastle. Well, you know what it's like down in a city like that. So I'm still recovering. So no, I'm good. I'm good. Then obviously we're going to last night. So
I was going to last night and I don't know about you two, but in the game I wasn't confident, but I wasn't scared of them either. I was hoping maybe get something. I was hoping a point would be a decent result for us because you look at their side, you look at our side, there's a big difference in quality. I know it's 11v11, but there's a big difference in quality. And we started off really well, JD. I mean, Cherny had a shot. Tav should have probably scored, or he could have squared it. But it was a decent effort, and before that we had a cross for Shefty, which nobody got an end of, and we started on the front foot, didn't we?
I'm not going to lie, KRC. I was quite ignorant to it. I was thinking, listen, we're good at home in Europe. We have been for a long time. What if we only lost like 3 or 4 games in like 30 or something like that? So I was pretty confident. And I know Lyon are probably a bit of a bogey team for us in Europe, if you know what I mean. We always get them, and I know we had an amazing away result to them, but after that we've struggled against them really. But I was thinking Lacazette was over the hill. I'd never really heard that Churchy, Fofana. You know what I mean? I know they just bought the boy, so I mean, I would have been happy with a draw on. I know everybody was probably moaning that Clement came out and said would take a point, but watching them last night, they're a really, really top side, by the way. But we could have been 2 up in the first 10 minutes. We could have scored 2. And I think the Cherny ones, it's no unforgivable. That's a bit harsh, right? But there's a lot of questions been asked about Cherny now because his performances have dropped. But he's got to score that. Tav's one's a different one. Like, could he have squared the eye? Would you expect him to ever square that? No, because Tav has scored barrel loads of goals like that for us at that back post. Now, he scores lots of goals at the back post and he fucking causes lots of goals at the back post. I know, right? But we'll get to that. But we started well and they scored. And even when we equalised, I was thinking, right, this is it. Come on. And I think when their games are won and lost, you know, you can have a dodgy day at the back and still not lose. But you've got players like that going forward. That is the match winners there. And we were not. We were toothless going forward. I know we'll get to that, but that's what kind of caused it for me.
And JD alluded on there, Ricky, that the Cherny match, I mean, we spoke about it just previously before we come on. At the game, I thought he missed a sitter here, and I was cussing and swearing like everybody else would about me. But watching it back in telly, it came in at a high height, and he probably should have took a touch. But when you're in front of goals open like that, don't think it take a touch, do you? You just want to try and put it in the net, and obviously another.
Now, goals change games, mate. And if we had went 1-0, 2-0 up, it could have been a totally different game. Look, they were a class above us last night. The way they moved the football, the pace, the power. Honestly, I think that third goal might be the sweetest I know it was offside, but that might be the sweetest I've ever seen a player strike a ball at Ibrox. You could have had 6 goalkeepers and no goalkeeper was saving that. He absolutely wellied that in the top corner. So, but from our side, mate, we've got to take these chances, man. We know the weaknesses in our team. And when you play against quality, this is not St Johnstone, this is not Motherwell, this is not crap like that, man. This is high-level European football. If you get chances like we get, and we started the game on fire. It was very like, to be fair, it was very like the last Old Firm game, you know. First 9 minutes, 10 minutes, we were very good. Had 2 great chances, didn't take the chances, and then they scored. It spooked us. Okay, this time we got one back. And then, but after that, the defending, basically, they showed up every single weakness in our team last night with the way they just played through us, the speed of their play, the way they attacked the full-backs, the chances they created. So a lot of stuff for us to work on before our next European game.
No, I think it's hard as well, Kel. And I was talking to my mates during the game and stuff. Like, people are like, you're a bit like moaning, like, oh, fucking hell. Like, I know we'll get to the goals, but like, Yefty at one of them gets was it Dt or Baron get absolutely Baron it was tore to shreds in the bottom. I was like, see if you're up against somebody like Churchy who has that skill set, there's nothing much you can do about it. He's popping it through folks' legs, he's twisting, he's turning. He'd be a great player to get turned. So I think it's really, really hard when you've got someone who's as good as that. That, by the way, that's as skillful a player I've seen at Ibrox for a long, and I mean just that dead skill that he doesn't need to be that fast, although he was rapid as well. It was just that everybody's really fast these days and technically good on the ball, but I've never seen a boy who almost Ronaldinho-esque take the ball, Adam Ben Arthur, taking the ball, glide by players, spinning by players, just he was top class. I think it's difficult for no matter what. You just can't contain these guys. So I'm actually getting, I know it was disappointing, but I still feel like we just need to get over that and get on with it because they're as good a team as I've seen for many a year in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, they played well. I think I've seen better, but they took their chances when they were given them. But some of the chances were due to their own slackness at the back. And the first goal was because of that. We tried to pass the ball away. I think a couple of slack passes. I think Jeffrey was involved, Baron as well, and it breaks out to the left hand side. And the boy gets in the box. We kind of smother him with defenders, but we get a chance to clear it. We don't. And it breaks back to him, and then he takes it well. But it's another thing where we're no defending well enough. We're not clearing the ball when we've got it there. And Nicky, we should do better defensively there because Tav's out there, Shooter's out there. Well, Baron gets over, but we're no defensively switched on. I know they're tricky players and they're good players, but still we should be doing better in that situation.
That was I'm no fan of John Lundstrom, but Thursday nights in the Europa League, we need a player like that just would have had that tackle just to slide in and just end that attack there and then. You know, we absolutely miss a number 6 that stops and breaks up the play. Maybe Raskin would have been a shout last night because he's quite good at breaking up the play. But the first goal, I mean, they just walked right through us. It was so easy. And we were diving about left to right. All the goals, they're slick. They play the ball very, very fast. But that's not just Lyon that's been doing that to us this season. And I think, I don't know if you saw the press conference and the question that Stevie asked the manager afterwards about, why are we so open in these games? Like, why is it we're not learning? Like, it's an Old Firm game. It's the game last night. When teams attack us like that, the team looks so open. Why are we not fixing this situation? Because we've seen that first goal so many times this season, and we've got some massive games coming up. And the manager needs to solve it because, to me, my biggest gripe is we never seem to be learning. We're not learning. It's the same goals and the same mistakes that are getting made, Carl.
We'll touch on the manager after we speak about the game, but the manager has to take some criticism. At the end of the day, he picks the team and picks the tactics. But we get back into JD with the...
Yeah, sorry, mate. Can I just touch on the first goal? Because something that I didn't see when the game was getting played, but a couple of folk have put it, and it's not going in on Tav again, right? Because we will, but see his application at trying to get back. At that first goal.
That's the second goal. It was Baron, second goal. We'll get to that.
Aye. We get back into it. I mean, I think the Lyon player tries to head it back to the goalie. Dessers reads it. Tries to nip it round him. He doesn't. It comes off the keeper. But Lawrence is there again. And listen, Tom Lawrence, we've been critical of Tom, but he's coming up with the big moments time after time. And he took his goal really well. I know he got injured after scoring it. Was it? I mean,
of course he did. Of course he did.
He went off at half time, but he's in the right place again and takes his chance when he's given it. I mean, we can all say different things about him, but he's the one that kind of stepped up at this moment in time to provide the goals for us.
100%, and we have been critical of him. He was probably somebody I'd hang my hat on when he first came. I was kind of mouthing off that I thought he could be player of the year because he's technically got that. I don't think he's the same player after the injury. He's definitely lost a yard, but he's adding goals to his game this season, and that's all you probably can ask for him. Listen, the manager picks him. Do we think there's other players out there that could play there? Aye, perhaps, but he's picking them and he's scoring goals for us. So really, what more do you want from a number 10 in there? Like the person who's right behind your striker is goals and assists, and Lawrence is getting that. Really, for Rangers, you don't want a 10 that's tracking back or having to do a lot of work. So Lawrence not having the legs, it shouldn't really matter. especially in the SPFL, like, or the SPL, he should just be able to score and assist and not really worry about that, the other side of the game. But the way we are playing now, we do need other people. We do need people that's doing that. But for me, Lawrence isn't a problem right now. And I know we've been trying to get him out of the team, get a new number 10 in, but right now, not a problem.
No, I agree with you on that, and I've been critical of Tom myself, but I think for the last few games he stood up when others haven't. But on the second goal we lost, Ricky, I mean, previously we've done the same kind of passing movement, but Mandy puts it out wide to Tav, he looks up and puts a ball out wide. But the next time it comes to Baron, he doesn't look up. He just automatically thinks the Lyon player's not there and it's just Tav standing there. He just sits it blind and it doesn't have enough energy on it anyway. It doesn't get enough power on it to get through. The boy nips it off, nips it in and runs it down and he tries to get back. Connor Baron, so does Shooter. Time he comes across, doesn't he? Proper, which I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to block the shot coming as well, but if he stays where he is, he's standing in the Lacazette. But Tav is up the park. I know we're critical of Tav, but this year, I'm not saying he wasn't trying to get back. What I'm saying is it shows you he's not getting the legs anymore.
No, Kerr. No. Tav, listen, Tav was an absolute disgrace, that goal. Let's get it right. It was nothing to do with his legs, mate. The referee was running faster than him, and the referee had to stop. If you watch that goal back, right, the referee had to stop because he was going to get in Tav's way. He overtook Tav, who was jogging back, the captain of Rangers in a big European game like that. He was jogging back, and it was an absolute disgrace, mate. I've watched that goal back about 6 times. Someone highlighted it to me today, and I was raging. Like, listen, Connor Barron made a massive mistake. Last night was a huge learning curve for the kid. But see, after he made that mistake, he made 2 massive mistakes.
He did.
I think Ricky's made a mistake or he's froze, wasn't he?
He did, but see, on that, Barron did. Listen, nobody can say he didn't make him. He did. And I kind of came off it saying, like, I felt so bad for him because if there was one person that didn't deserve that to happen to them was Connor Barron. He single-handedly carried the team all season, by the way. But what Ricky was saying is Tav, I don't care about him, Tav would have got in the box to block that ball back to Lacazette because the boy, Fofana, gets pulling, he takes a touch, but that time Tav would have been there because Tav eventually was about 4 or 5 yards away. If he'd sprinted, he would have got there. He would have got there.
100%.
I mean, his legs are away. He's not able to play that position anymore. His legs are away.
I agree with that, but that was about desire, Kerr. That was not about. That was like, oh, for fuck's sake, Barnes gave the ball away. That was about desire. That wasn't. I agree about his legs. I mean, he shouldn't have been in the team this season anyway. But never mind that. But that goal was absolutely shocking when you watch it back. Like, as I said, the referee had to stop because the referee was going to take him out and get in the way of him because he was running back that slow. And that's your captain, mate. Come on.
I mean, Connor Barron made a mistake. He made a couple of errors out the game. It was, listen, up against guys who are experienced professionals who have played the game at the highest level for years, and it was a learning curve. But I mean, he's just been named the player of the month and he deserves it. But what I think he done well last night, I know he get took off eventually, but the mentality of the boy, he never had after it. Yeah. He tried to get back and he tried to tackle, he tried to keep the ball going. We've all said on here before about Connor. He's not the greatest passer of the ball, he's still learning. He does give the ball away cheaply at times. They all do. And I think because I lack options in the squad and we're crying for number 6, I think he's actually been given that position now because Clement's not like anybody else to play there. And it's been like, you're playing that number 6, which is unfair on the boy because he's just new into the club. He's not played at a high level before. Yeah, he's a player number 6, as a player number 6 role in a European game against a quality opposition. So I think it's hard on him, and I think he's probably one of these guys who will be more pissed off at himself making the mistake than anybody else will. Because I think that's the way the boy is, and I think, like I said a minute ago, his mentality's up at the top, and I think he will learn from this corner because that's the type of player he is. So I'm not going to put any criticism towards him at all because since the door, he's gave 100%, and he's probably been, what you say, GD, most games he's probably been our best player.
100%. See, the thing is as well, that boy will learn so much that at that level, you make that one mistake. Look at how costly it is. He can maybe make that slack pass against a Dundee United. You don't get punished like that. You do it against these big teams and you get punished. But I mean, he has done a few things. Who's no? But see, for me, I actually quite like his passing care. And I know, the reason it doesn't always come off is because he always tries to play it forward. Like he will take that ball and try and break the lines with a pass.
Yes.
And they're not always going to come out. So his passing accuracy might not be as high as what somebody Raskin who passes it 5 yards to the right, or 6 yards backwards. Whereas Baron gets the ball, swivels, and his first thought's to go forward. I think we got a couple of players around. For me, he's been, not the best this season, but for me, he's started off the best player. If this continues, he's an absolute shoo-in for the club's player of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky, he's probably, like I said a minute ago, he's probably fell into that sixth position, making his own, but he's probably a better number 8. I know, for midfield, it means a midfielder, but I know nowadays people like to stereotype into certain positions. He's 6, 8, whatever, 10. But I think he's probably better further up, not sitting as much, because I don't think he's done that role a lot. I know he's done it a few times with Aberdeen, but not as much, because obviously there are other players there. But he's come into our club and he's kind of just been given that defensive midfielder's role, which is okay in the league, but when you're starting up opposition, he's going to suffer nights like that, because our midfield's not the best, because there's only 2 of them in there. Your number 10 is not going to drop deep, like GD said about Tom Lonnie. He's not going to come back and help out. The full-backs, Jeffrey's always up the park. Hard, we don't know where he is. The wing-backs would be all the right-back, right midfield and the left midfielder. Chernan doesn't really come back at all, and Barami probably was the best player last night, but we can talk about him later on. But Barron's done really well, but I think games like this, he needs somebody else with him, not just Diamandi, he needs somebody else in there.
100%. Yeah, no, we should have had a double pivot there last night, protecting that defence. And the defence, like, everything looks bad against the defence last night, but I actually thought the midfield gave the defence almost no protection. Like, we were wide open. Anytime they were breaking on us, we were absolutely wide open, you know. And it showed Suter and Proper that lack of pace we've got in the centre of defence. And then your full-backs are no the best at defending. It was a recipe for an absolute shit show, and that's how it turned out, man, you know. But as I said, mate, I like me and you spoke before we came on the pod. I actually thought 3-1. Okay, if they didn't score that goal just before half time, it was 2-1, and I actually thought we were playing all right in the first half. And for me, that mad substitution again at half time with the mad scientist, the new Paul McGlenn, Clement, bringing on Dowell again. What is it with him bringing on Dowell at half time? Is he honestly him and Ten Hag are absolute twin brothers, man. They came out the same ball sack. The mad decisions. This is 8:30 on YouTube. This is
it's a baldiness in them all.
Hate Baldies, man, honestly.
Oh, Baldies. Like the first half, it was 2-1, right? They scored the cracking goal just before half time, right? Sorry, I know you were just getting off the track a little bit here, but it was actually, we played all right in the first half. We weren't that bad in the first half. It was pretty even game, even though you could see they had the better quality and they could take their chances. We were actually all right. We played the second half. We were awful because the subs were just weird again, you know.
I think GD's second half, I think that Lacazette scored right on minute into injury time just before half time. I mean, Ricky mentioned it before, but the shot, doesn't matter how many goals in, like he said, it was one of the hits you had, and as soon as you had to, it's a goal. I mean,
unbelievable.
I don't think, see, for me, I don't think it was offside either. I know the angle, see the angle on the telly, it brought it down that way, so the further away person's always going to look a wee bit. And see, for me and all, see if you're talking heels and millimetres here, especially running away for the goal, I'm no for that being an offside. You play on. It was a play on.
I think that killed us before it didn't half time. 2-1, but 3-1 killed it for me. The second half, we came out, the intensity was the same. They kind of sorted their defence out, because the first half, their defence wasn't going either, but they sorted themselves out a bit better. And I'll come to you about, and Ricky spoke about Dibble. I'll come to you. I mean, I was thinking, at half time you were watching it, and McCausland was warming up. So was a few others, Sterling and Raskin, and you thought maybe a change is going to happen here. But Dowell wasn't warming up. And then next minute, his face came up on the screen, and I think everybody round about where I was sitting last night just went, fuck's sake.
Weird.
And it's like every single, and it's no offence to Kieran Dowell, it's no his fault. He's picked the manager's picked him. But it's really strange because I thought he might have brought on Casemiro, put him at the left back, pushed Jeffrey forward and put Rami in the 10, or even done something different. But to bring on Dowell and put him there, we know that's where he says his position is. But he's no physicality. He doesn't really do a lot. I know he had that shot, but apart from that, not with Tav, we slag Tav, but we can look back with previous with Tav and say he's done this for us and he's done that for us. So that's how he gets a bit of rope to play with, whereas Dowell's not done any of that stuff. So I can't understand why the manager keeps going to him.
It's a weird... Ricky said it, weird's the word. I mean, I think every Rangers fan at that point was like, what the fuck? Like, and it's sad in the boy because at the end of the day, it's just not good enough. And what you said was bring in Sterling or Casemiro, put Yefty to left mid and bring Bajrami into the 10. The 10 is Bajrami's position, albeit I think Clement was like, we're getting something out of him out there, so maybe no move him because he was getting a wee bit of joy / he just looked a class act out there. I would love to see him get his chance in the 10 though, and that should have been the move. Even just, I just don't get it, man. Even I don't get it. Even you just go bring McCausland on and switch McCausland and Bajrami. But Dowell's he's not going to be the answer. He's never going to be the answer. It's going to these are the things that are going to cost Clement his job because he's persistent with the same things, persistent with the same tactics, persistent with the same players, formations, everything. He's no even going like that, right? You know what? This is terrible. Let's throw on Zach Lovelace. Let's just do something outside the box and see if you get something from it. Because you never know with these young boys. You just never. McCausland get given a chance under view and kind of took it. Clement needs to give that to somebody and they might take it and help him. But right now, that's never going to happen. He's kicking about with these random same old names that have just failed for us in every game / every big game. So, no the answer.
No, he isn't the answer, Nicky. I know you a big Dowell fan yourself. But what would you have done in that situation? Would you have brought on one of the fullbacks or a McCausland, or would you put Rami into the 10?
I would have put Bajrami in the 10 and I would have put McCausland on the right because he can't play on the left, and I would have moved Cherny to the left because he's left-footed to just try and see how that works for 10-15 minutes. And then if that didn't work, you could have put Yefty further forward. See, Yefty, man, like this is another thing where Yefty gets in some great positions, right? You see their last goal, that fourth goal, Clement should be teaching Yefty because he gets in unbelievable positions and he should be whacking that ball on the deck across the face of the goal and Cherny coming in the other side. Okay, he'll probably miss and hit the post, but it'll look, you know, that's what he should be because Yefty gets in some unbelievable positions, but I think he needs to work on his crossing. His crossing, he's either dinking it in the box or he's going for these 40 ones that are not really coming off. But that's what I would have done, mate. Definitely. There's no way I would have brought on Dowell. And I totally agree with Lovelace. Lovelace is a cracking young player. If he's fit enough to be on the bench, he's fit enough to come on and maybe give us something a little bit different because they wouldn't have known about him. So and he's got pace, you know.
Young guys come onto a park and don't play with any fear because they're trying to impress. Like Dowell coming on and scared to make mistakes.
Fofana's 19, right? Fofana that played the guy on the left with the curly hair that Tav's still having nightmares about all week, and that Cherky is 21-year-old. 21 that guy is, and he was like JD says, the skill on that guy was incredible, man. You know, and we can't give our kids don't get a chance until they're about 28,
and then there'll be somebody else at that time.
You're going to lose. Listen, you're going to lose young players. Not many leave and go on, right? Like the ones that like Billy Gilmore's different. He was never going to play for our first team at that age, right? So that was a different one. But you're going to lose Zach Lovelace. He might go down and go into something. You're going to lose players by not Bailey Rice. You're going to lose players by not giving them an opportunity. Yep. And we've almost resigned to Celtic walking us this season anyway. So why not start bleeding these boys in for the future?
The fans would get behind it more.
I
They would.
think think it's if you're not going to do it now, then what's the point of having that? I know that I should probably plan another podcast, but what's the point of having an academy? Because I've put a lot of money into that every year. I know it's kind of going away to the side because at the moment they're not getting anybody in charge of it, you know. So, but what's the point of all these players coming through? I mean, even Robbie Fraser, they gave a new deal, and you know, see them.
This makes sense.
It's like again, guys deal just to keep numbers up because you can't get any other players in due to maybe lack of funds at transfer window, or you couldn't find anybody you wanted. And I've seen that before, just keeping them there just in case with injuries. But even when we did have injuries, we never played them anyway because he was fitting other players into that position. So I do think he's got to look at something different. He can't keep playing the same guys every week that we know are not going to do it. They know they're not going to do it. He must know that as well. I mean, the second half started, Ricky, and it wasn't the greatest second half. The game was kind of done for me. 3-1
because of Dowell.
And then obviously they get the fourth, which JD alluded to, like Conor Barron get turned inside out, and the boy just fired it across the goal and then nipped in at the back post in front of Tar. We've seen that before. But the big talking point for me the second half is Tavernier being subbed in 60 odd minutes, which the manager says don't read into it, Ricky, and he says he mentioned Sunday's game, but I think after getting subbed after 60 minutes, I think you have to read into that.
Yeah, Kerr, he's like Tavin Dessers is going to get come on the sack 100%. My prediction is, I think come January, this is my prediction right now on the pod. I think come January we'll be looking for a new manager, and I reckon the reason that we'll be looking for a new manager is because we've got 5 huge games coming up until basically New Year. We've got 2 Celtic games if we play them in the final, if we beat Motherwell, because they'll beat Aberdeen. And we've got Aberdeen away at the end of October, and we've got 2 European games. If he keeps playing James Tavernier in that same defence, and we keep making the exact same mistakes as JD said, we're not bringing any new blood, putting any new blood in the team, and it's the same players. It doesn't matter how long a contract, the board can give him a 10-year contract. The fans will go absolutely bananas. He cannot lose 7 Old Firm games, and they won't just come and beat us. They'll beat us well if he keeps playing the same players. But the thing is, with the right back situation, we've got 2 great options. Why not give them a chance? We've brought them in. Cassim Warzo's look good.
Come out and say after Sterling signed his contract that he wanted to see him playing 10 games in a row consistently.
Oh, how's he supposed to play 10 games in a row if he doesn't pick them? He doesn't pick them, mate. He brings them on.
I'm just saying that's what he said, was it not?
That's what he said. That's what he said last week. But he doesn't pick them, mate. He doesn't pick them. Play him. Give not 10 games. Give him 2 games at right back and see how he plays. Give him a game at right centre back because Suter was. I didn't think so. Give him a game at right centre back and put Cassim Warjo at right back and see if that puts a bit of pace in the defence. Try it against St Johnstone, and if it works, try it in the next match after the international break. Work on it during the international break because a lot of the players are not going away on international duty. Work on it and then see. Try something different. You can't just keep turning up to big games and getting beat 4-1, 3-0 by Celtic going on 10. He's got to be using his brain. That's what he's paid. He's supposed to be this great coach from Bruges that won titles in Belgium. So let's see it. When he came in, it was fantastic. We went on a great run. But now, when the wheels have come off, every time we play a big game, he doesn't seem to be learning. It's the same mistakes, mate. And it's very, very frustrating to watch, you know.
JD, you know, the manager's getting spoken about a lot, right? And listen, last night I said to start, I was expecting maybe no more than a draw, but they were a good side. Does he get the time? I think he will get the time. I think the board are all on him at the moment. But we can't sack a manager because we keep sacking managers. That's not an excuse. But we can't sack a manager at this moment in time, I feel, because not many people are ready to come in.
Nah.
It's the players we've got. Does he get the chance to turn this rebuild? He's only had 2 windows, and what he's had to play with since he's come in, a lot of players have left, and he's not a lot of time to bring in his own. But to me, the issue is his tactical awareness. I think it's good at times, but I don't want him sacked at this moment in time. But I'm still sitting in the fence. Is he going to be a long-term manager for us? Because I don't know if he is, but I don't want him not to be, if you know what I mean. I don't know, because sometimes he does something I think, that's actually quite good, but other times he does things I say, what the fuck are you? So it's like, I don't know what way to go with.
This is just my opinion. For me, I've seen enough. I wouldn't sack him right now, I suppose, but he's been in here for longer than a year, and we've not seen any sort of tactical nous to change a game up, mix your tactics up, or anything like that. I'll go back to what Ricky said, like these games, the European games, the Celtic games, and an Aberdeen game. I even think if you don't play Tav and stuff like that in the games and we don't win, then I think Clement's in problems. I don't think it's a day with the personnel. I think it's a day with the way he plays. I'm a firm believer that a really good manager and a good coach can come in and make professional players better. They're all at such a high level nowadays as athletes that the right person, the right coaching, the right methods can make all great players brilliant. Look, we moan about, go back about Tav. I know age can catch up with you, but Tav's not the same player as he was under Gerrard, and then you even get a Gio era. So I think the right manager and the right coach can make players better. I do think we've got some decent players who would be even better under the right regime. I do think there's a lot of players who I've mentioned who need shipped out and it needs to be changed, but I do think we've still got a handful, maybe, of players that we could really build a new team around. But that's going to cost money, and it's going to cost bringing in a new manager. But he's not the man. It's just I don't see it. He's not the man for me. I just don't think it's going to happen for us, and I hope we do it at the right time if it does happen. Or I hope he turns it around. But right now, sitting here, no for me.
I just think, Ricky, at the same time, it's hard to sack somebody considering the way that our boardroom is. I don't know.
I totally agree. I totally agree. But my point is, I totally agree with everything you're saying. I'm not saying sack Clement right now. I'm not sitting here going mad. Oh, we lost to a great team. Let's get rid of the manager. What I'm saying is his record in Europe is poor at Ibrox, right? He can't. We've played 6 games now, and I think the only team he's beat is Sparta Prague. He couldn't even beat that Greek team at Ibrox. Okay, away from home, for some reason, his record's a lot better. But we've got 2 Old Firm games coming up. One of them's at Ibrox and one of them's a cup final. If he doesn't win the games and he doesn't win at Pataudry, I mean, well, it's true. If Pataudry's going to be hard,
we'll still get fucking Motherwell to beat.
I know.
I was just putting to kiss a death on it, Kerr.
You just give him a manager his team talk.
This is going to be cut and all over the internet in about fucking 2 or 3 weeks' time, innit?
If we beat Motherwell, but no, listen. On the flip side of that gives him a chance. He's got a great chance. Like, look at that as a positive. You turn that to a positive. He's got great games coming up to prove himself.
Yeah.
He said this team was going to gel in October. We've played 1 game in October and been absolutely spanked. So, but we've got some good games coming up. So let's see it. He's the one that's telling us, you will see my team in October with my players. I've signed these players. You will see what I want to do in October. Now
you
is
also
October.
said November and December.
And 2 windows.
He kept moving the month on, didn't he? I still think
October it was meaning next October.
If we would talk about some of the players, I still think they've got a basis a good 11 there. I think there's some players on the side.
We do.
Some of his signings have been good. Some of his signings look decent.
Brilliant. Yefte, Baron. Yefte's outstanding left back. Work on his crossing.
He's an outstanding left back.
He's good. He's
a young
good
guy.
if you work on his crossing.
He's got a lot of potential. He needs to build it, but he's a type of player we need to bring in. We're the type of players we need to bring in to sell on. We can't bring in guys at their peak. We can't do that.
I'm not having Bertie Proper. No having him.
Bert Proper.
I think last night were terrible, by the way, and I know it's a single game.
He's all right.
Souters played well. I'm still not having Bert Proper. I'm not having him. I told you he's going to be the
I think Proper's all right. I have to say,
all right's not good enough for us.
I know it isn't, but when you're talking about where we are at this moment, the money we've got to spend, he wanted an experienced centre back and he went for somebody kind of new. He wasn't going to bring in somebody he never might trust. And I thought him and Souters been fine. Last night they get tore a new one at times, but I think they've had 4 clean sheets last night. So I think they were forming something. We need better. We all need better. But at this moment in time, I think the two of them, Shooter's been playing well up to last night.
Kerr,
I think actually won the game.
Can we talk about Diomande then? Because he's somebody that I've poor championed, but I'm starting to lose my patience with him.
In what way?
He loses the ball far too much. He's on his arse all the time. Always moaning at the ref. He's losing the ball. When he first came, his first touch was tremendous. He's lost a lot. He's lost it all. He's not the player. He's no. I mean, that's what me and Ross were saying. Or Ross was saying last night. We've paid £4.5 million for this boy. He's not shown me anything that equates to £4.5 million. Nothing right now. And I hate saying it because everybody wants to love him, and I get that. And I was a big fan because when he first came in, I was like, brilliant. But there's game after game after game now. He's not, and he has one flash in a game, or he has a game where he's played really well, and it's 3 other games where it doesn't happen. He blows out his arse early doors. He's took half in most games. Sometimes doesn't start. For £4.5 million, I'm wanting somebody to come into Scotland and rip it, and it's not happening.
But the midfield players we have at the moment, he's probably one of my midfield players who can.
I'm not saying we can replace him now, but that doesn't mean that you can't criticise that he's not playing well.
No, I'm saying that, but do you think maybe he's having too much to do himself offensively?
Perhaps.
Because Baron's sitting deep, Raskin's in and out, and there's only 2 midfielders in the park. With number 10's Lyon, so he's no more. I feel as a player a big deal. I can get what you're saying. His performances have dropped off, but I thought last night he gave the ball away a bit, but I thought he gave all he could. I thought it was just.
Kerry was poor last night.
I thought he was running there because he had Matic to do a part of who are 2 experienced midfielders. Run the game really well. I mean, at one point, Baron was that deep, and he was only kind of midfielder in there trying to get forward. Cherny was poor, but Rami was trying his hardest, but he needs help, and that's what I feel with a midfielder. Midfield, they're not helping each other because the two of them are good with each other, but in games like this, they need another one in there. Like you said, Ricky need another guy to help them.
Kerry, he looks like he needs a little bit of coaching. He always wants that extra touch, which sometimes when it comes off looks great. You know, we're on about Glenn Kamara, so when he's got that like ballet dancer, like the ball comes to him and he turns and he keeps the ball, it looks fantastic. But when you get a game like last night where he keeps opposition goes up, he didn't have a great game last night. But I agree, that's what we were speaking about Lawrence earlier on. And I think Lawrence has been playing well and he scores some great goals. But when I've watched 90 minutes, I don't actually feel like he's involved that much. And maybe moving Bajrami in the number 10 position will maybe help Diomande. But the coach should be telling him, look, all our players should not be holding on to the ball for more than 2 touches. We should be passing it and increasing the speed, especially in Scotland, because that's how you break these teams down. Increasing the speed.
I'm there for you, Ricky, because Graham's saying what you've always said. Play Bailey Rice is a 6 behind.
But that's we would all do that, but it's not going to happen. That's what's the most frustrating. This is what we're speaking about with the manager. But I could not agree more with that. I could not agree. I would do that on Sunday. I would, and you could keep Bajrami on the left, right? Because he's been fantastic on the left, and then you could have in front Diomande and Baron and Rice behind them, and then just go to a 4-3-3 rather than this. We don't need to be playing this number 10 and this 4-2-1-3. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for Cherny. Cherny's been terrible, but I still think you have to be a little bit more. He has been terrible. The fans are on his back. But there is a good player in there, but I don't know how you get that out of him, because these players are starting to look terrible when they're playing, like your Diomande and your Cherny. But these players are good players. It's just the system I don't think is suiting them. So we need to find the system to get the best out of all these players, because they're technical good players. It's just the way we are playing doesn't seem to be working for them.
I'm not going for Dio tonight, but it has to be a convo. But I tweeted that Diomande would be the most expensive sell in Scottish football after the first couple of times I've seen him. So I thought we would be going on to make massive money on that guy, but he needs to up his game, and that comes from whatever happens in the coaching staff. What we're doing. What is his best position? Like, and listen, I know you mentioned Kamara. I'm telling you right now, Diomande couldn't lace Glenn Kamara's boots. No chance. No way, man. On his form right now.
Different players. Kamara's more a footballer, whereas, and he played with a very good composure, and he's more defensive minded, whereas I think Diamandi's more offensive. I think he likes to attack, but when he does it, he's doing it himself. And that's how I
You
think
need to let him do it. Play him in the fucking 10. Because see, play him in the 10. See, he came in and scored up and set up some. He's playing. He's high for a pass in there as well. I feel he's too deep as well.
He is too deep, but when you've got him up there and Baron here, it's middle. That's how we get broke through. There's no any number. There's not enough numbers in there. We're missing a natural 6, and that's the problem, because I think Theo and Baron are both midfielders who play a bit further forward. But we're going to Cherney, JD. I know Ricky mentioned him. He was getting quite a lot of abuse last night when I was sitting, and I'll put my hands up and say I was one of them. But I just think he came in and he looked okay against Mario. He scored that goal, which is a really well taken goal. But to me, he's very predictable. When he loses the ball, he doesn't care. He goes in a huff with himself, but with others, and he doesn't offer enough for me, for somebody who's experienced. And if you're coming into Wolfsburg on loan, then Wolfsburg an issue with you as well. Not just, do you know what I mean? And I'm actually happy there's no option to buy him, because I don't think he's the right fit for me. So what's your opinion, Cherney?
Oh, sorry, me. Sorry. You've said everything I would have said. Like, he is far too predictable, coming on the left every time. There isn't a real desire to track back when he tracks, but it's half-arsed, isn't it? And I missed the game on Sunday, but did he do a Dessers and have a bit of a go at himself and then have a go at the fans and all that?
He was terrible, JD. He was like his worst game. He was terrible. The fans got it. The whole team was terrible. It was shite bag football. Nobody was trying to break the lines, but he was in a great position and he played the ball back, and the fans just had enough. It wasn't really at him, it was at the whole team, because they kept passing it back with positions and he just lost it with the support.
He lacks pace as well. Like, and that's another thing. We always bring in boys out wide that don't have. We play with guys out wide that don't have pace. Like, we're one of the slowest teams out there. McCoy's. I mean, we've been saying this for years. We're too slow. McCoy said it last night and all. We're not quick. There's no tempo. Throw-ins, get a ball, throw it. No, we saunter around. Corners, Tav, you want the ball? No, you get the ball. Like, go and get the ball and get the ball in the box. Go and get the ball and throw it to someone. Our tempo's so off as well. And that's never changed. It's almost this squad, this group. This is a tempo that's been set. Lackadaisical. Nothing with urgency. Cassian Wearshaw was the only one when he came on last night. Grab a ball. Like, who wants the ball? And everybody was just standing staring at him.
I actually like to look at him. I've only seen him a few times, but he's physical. He's got a presence. He likes to. He doesn't hide when he comes on. He's putting his body in. He's got a bit of urgency, and I don't know why he's not getting played more. But obviously that goes back to manager. But on Cherney, Ricky, I mean, listen, I like Ross McCausland. I know I always get slagged for that for some reason. When they say he's rotten, but I think McCausland offers more than Cherney does.
Yeah, but that's it. Give him exactly. But mate, that's why you're supposed. This is what frustrates the life out of me with all managers. That's why you're supposed to have a squad. You know, if a player is playing as bad as Cherney and you've got a player that's ready to come in, give McCausland the chance, and then just give maybe taking Cherney out of the team for a few matches will just give him that bolt of lightning that he needs to maybe re-find his form, you know. But that's what you should be doing with all the players. We've got squad options, but why he keeps bringing McCausland on the left? He can't play on the left. Get him on, give him a chance. I would do that against St Johnstone. I would take Cherney out of the
wingers, don't he?
I know, but it doesn't. Inverted wingers that create fuck all or useless wingers, mate. You know, he creates absolutely. He gets the ball and he plays it back, or he gets the ball, and that's the problem in midfield as well, mate. Our midfield get the ball, and it seems to be the only option that ever have is Yefte. He's the only one that makes space. The rest of the players, okay, Bajrami as well, but the rest of the players are seem to be hiding. It's the hide and seek championship every time Baron gets it in the middle of the park. It's just it needs to change, mate. It absolutely needs to. It needs to change. But Cherney, I mean, I'm not writing him off yet, but we need to. He needs taking out the team, and then when you bring him back in, we need to see something, mate. Because with any winger, you need to see. It's not even about getting goals and assists. This guy's not even like. you're getting maybe one cross a match or one like ball flashed across. That's it. It's mad.
Somebody tweeted last night saying he's a baldy Scott, right?
That's a shame for Scott,
People honestly on Twitter today missing Scott Wright, man. Our fan base is like no other, man. No other. It's like, come on, man.
I'll come to you, GD, because on Jack Butland, I thought it was okay last night, but it was his after-match press conference when he said something total opposite for the manager, and also when Talbot off, he was given the captaincy, which I think he should keep myself, but it's what he said. He said maybe the game plan's been different against opposition at this standard, whereas the manager's thinking, no, I'm not going to change it. So if the players maybe see it and the manager's seeing something different, is that no an issue?
Well, I think it is an issue, but I mean, did I put it in the chat last night? I'd said, like, bravo. I just listen, well done to Jack Butland. Jack Butland called it out last night. But I thought they gave Suter the armband, no?
I thought it was Butland that gave it.
No, it was Butland.
Maybe he gave it to Butland and then
Suter gave it to Butland.
And missed him. But no, I thought it was an interesting comment. I don't think nothing's really been said about it much today, but for me, it does point to, and what he said was, I hate to say this. That's how he started his comment. I hate to say this, but we should probably have had that means that he knows he knew what he was saying. He knew that he was going against the manager by saying, I hate to say this. So
remember last season, Sterling says something after a game at Dundee. The manager came out after it and said he was young boys learning how to, and he kind of made an excuse for them. So Jank will come out with the conference tomorrow about Jack Butland saying it.
Somebody might say something about it, by the way. I thought, remember the Sterling one? He kind of went in Sterling. He said he wasn't happy about it. But with the Butland one's totally different. Jack Butland's basically called out the manager's game plan was all right. So, and bravo to him because he was fucking right.
I think everybody in the stadium did at one point. Listen, it's great when you're winning, it's great when you're scoring goals, but apart from the Malmo game, we've not performed that well. I know we've had clean sheets, but we've not been performing well. But you get the 3 points and you move on. But last night was, I'm not saying it's an eye-opener because we're kind of expecting these things to happen against quality opposition. But it's looking forward. So we're looking forward to St Johnstone on Sunday. Do you see any changes? Do you think he'll go with his tried and tested? Do you think he'll make a few changes? Obviously, Hadji's back in the squad. Do you think he can win the contention?
Nah, not for me. He might make the bet. I mean, the thing that I would really be annoyed about if Hadji makes the bench and it means like a Zach Lovelace doesn't get a chance on the bench, we get known. That's going to piss me off because for all this wasn't a Hadji problem. He's been bumping his gums, so I'm not really fussed about that. I think Dessers is the one we've probably not spoke about. Like, this is the problem with Dessers. He's like the Chris Boyd now, and it's actually, I would never compare him to Boydie because Boydie is 100 times better striker than him, right?
Yes,
he's caught in that hole. He can score goals against shite, and every time he scores, everybody's like, "Oh, look at his numbers." But we need to score the goals in the big games, no the wee games, because we'll score the goals in the wee games. So Dessers needs to come out, or I don't know, or who are we playing? Dundee? Fucking hell, man! He's going to score a double, isn't he? So
Johnson, Hawking Sunday night.
What's that all about?
One.
What?
They've got Rod Stewart, the new manager. Have you seen it? Have you seen the new St Johnstone?
No.
Have you seen it? You seen the new St Johnstone manager?
He's
Oh, yeah, belter, man. What a weird looking creature that is, man. What a strange man. They'll probably beat us. They'll probably beat us 3-0 now because I'm slagging them off. But no,
St Johnstone were playing in it.
St Johnstone.
Dessers scores a barrel load.
Yeah.
No, Dessers is the only option, isn't he?
Last night.
I'd go with a 10. Just go with a 10.
Sterling
up front, fuck it.
No, you've got to speak about it, mate. That performance last night was not good enough for the Rangers number. How could we go from, I mean, even Morelos at his fattest when he was drinking the most and eating the kebabs was better than Dessers last night with what that was supposed to be as a number 9, mate. It was absolutely embarrassing, his performance last night, man. Even the half chances where he's got a chance to shoot, and again, he's wanting to What is it with him? Did his mum put him on a roundabout when he was a kid or something? He always wants to go around in circles, mate. He always wants to turn around in circles and try and shoot. It's absolutely incredible. But the problem is, and I said this last week on the pod when you two were on holiday in Newcastle, that we should have signed a striker in the summer, mate. We were relying on Danilo to stay fit, and Danilo's made of glass. Even when he comes back, he'll break down. It's like relying on Yilmaz to come back and be your left back. It's just not going to happen, you know. We should have signed even a cheaper option, even though we didn't have money, even like an SPL level striker. And I'm not speaking about Shanklin. I'm speaking about someone. Yes, well, anyone we could have brought in that at least give us an option, mate. Give us an option again. We knew we were playing every 3 days, and we don't have an option. Egerman looked very, very raw when he played last week. He started. You obviously never seen the match. He looked very, 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 very raw. So
he did lack support at times, but he did look.
He did lack support. So it's definitely a huge problem and a hole in our squad. You know, relying on Dessers. But like JD says, he'll score 3 goals and then he'll be back to being R9, and that'll be. No. But he is a massive problem for us in big games. A huge problem.
I totally agree with you, but there's nobody else we can put in there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because it's poor squad management.
Right? I'm telling you, Simon Murray would score more goals and be more effective for Rangers than Cyril Dessers is. Honestly. In the SPL, Simon Murray ragdolls defenders way more than all Dessers does when he bounces into a defender, falls and looks turned to the ref. Every time. It's never Dessers' fault. It's never his fault. Nothing's his fault.
You're talking about Simon Murray, but obviously Aberdeen brought in Nisbet, who we were linked with a few years back.
Exactly. Could have got him for free, mate.
Listen, the thing is, I think a lot of us still think we should be signing big names or high-profile players, but
no.
It's changed days, and we need to sign players for a certain level. That's one time we don't really got any players for the level where we're at. Dessers is one of these guys that you say can score 3 goals 1 week, and next week against a better opposition he struggles badly, and then the following week he'll do well again. But I think he plays too much. I think he needs a break at times. I think because he knows he's going to play.
Yeah, that's my point, mate. But that's what I'm saying. But in the past, we had Michael Moles and we had Billy Dodds, an SPL level striker, who would give Moles, obviously before his bad injury, but he would come in and he would contribute. He would score goals. He would get you 10 goals a season, 11 goals, 12 goals a season. And that would be, we always had that like sort of backup Scottish striker. So just now relying on Dessers. And listen, mate, Rangers Football Club are in absolutely no position to be snobs right now about big names and that names and this name and that name. We need all the help we can get, and we should have bought someone in the summer to take the load off Dessers for sure, mate. But you were on about St Johnstone. It'll be very interesting. The main thing is going to be at right back to see who he plays at right back. That'll be super. I hope he brings in Cassin Warjo, but you never know. You never know. Come on, he'll probably pick the same team, and then Dowell will come on at half time.
Fuck off.
Well, obviously, Lawrence has got a hamstring injury, so Jink will start for Rami at number 10, or Jink maybe even
so. Well, he's got to, mate. He's got to, because these games, St Johnstone have got a new manager, so they're going to be up for this match. So it's okay. It's at Ibrox. We should beat them. Blah 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 blah. But it might not be easy, man. I mean, Rod Stewart's going to have them up for the match, so it's going to be it could be a tough game. So it's important that he picks the right players. And you saw how we did against Hibs last week. I mean, it wasn't good last week. So we need to play much better this week against St Johnstone. We've got that extra time. I know it's a nightmare. The game is at 8 o'clock at night on Sunday, but it actually helps the players because it gives them a bit more rest after playing on Thursday night. You know.
Yeah, true.
It does. Obviously. Doesn't matter if we win 1-0 or 4-0, we're still going to have complaints because we're going to want more goals. We complain about the team and we think we're only St Johnstone anyway, but we can't afford anything less than 3 points, JT. We can't afford to go into the international break with 3 points.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm also getting to the point now, Kerr, in Scotland, where gonna stop moaning about how we're playing. I don't really give a fuck. I just need us to win. I just need us to win now. So I didn't see the game because I was on the gallivanting on Sunday. Couldn't actually find a pub down in England to show the game, which was, I thought, ridiculous, man. Anyway, they're all watching cricket.
Is it anything? There's a Rangers supporters pub, do you want to? I think it's in Jeddah.
I put something in the chat. Anyway, when was it? Sunday. I was driving up the road later on anyway. But because you need to watch the Rangers with a drink, can you? Let's be honest. I think I'm going to try and just
go
for the result. Like, get a win and move on. The problem with that is, though, when you come up to the big games, you come unstuck because you don't get away with playing shite and winning. So,
yep.
The thing is, obviously last night, the defeat by Lyon, right? I think it's because over the last few years, the Europa League competition, everybody thinks this is our level. This is our, we always do well in that. And I think last night's results maybe, I'm not saying Peter knows out of joint, but put a few people saying, obviously we're losing that in the Europa League. But
I'm worried. Yeah, no, I'm worried. I am worried about the manager's form at home in Europe, and that's not like that's taking away everything else. So I'm worried about. He's had 5-6 matches now, and he's only won one of them, mate. You know, and he seems to struggle in the Europe, and that's a shame because you don't want to get away from that amazing record we've had, man. We've beaten better teams. I mean, Lyon were a good team, but we beat Porto, we beat Benfica, we were 2-2. Should have beat them, you know. When we had Morelos at his best and we were beating these teams, it was so much. No, we're not. But it was so much fun, and it carried on in the league, and the forum was good and stuff like that. So I don't want us to go backwards to be getting tanked again and like just dreading, because that, to me, that's what the Champions League is now for Scottish teams, and that, like, everyone can laugh at Celtic and that, but these competitions, the money, the disparity in money is so mad nowadays. It's very difficult to. It's great getting the money, but it's difficult to compete in these competitions. So the Europa League is our level, but even now is at our level. You know, we were so good against Malmo, and then last night was so disappointing. But for me, I want to see game by game, Kerr. We've got one game, and then it's the international break, and then we've got Kilmarnock away, still Bucharest at Ibrox. We'll have to win that. That's an important one in Europe. We've got St Mirren at home, Aberdeen away. They could go 8 points above us if they win a couple of games before then, and then Motherwell in the cup. So we've got some tasty challenges coming up for Clement, and he's got to start winning these big matches, mate, because it doesn't matter what the board say. If he keeps losing these big matches, you won't be Rangers manager for long.
See that Aberdeen Motherwell double header. If he loses both of them, he's in massive trouble for me. Massive trouble. You can win all your games up to that all you want. You get put out a cup semi against a chance to get to a final to play Celtic against Motherwell. You get papped out, and then you go up to Pittodrie and get beaten, go 8 points behind them. Fuck me.
No, I'm just going to ask you something. Sometimes, always last night at the game, everybody was moaning, and the guy next to me says to me, "This is the worst squad we've had since Gerrard came through the door." Do you agree?
Yes.
It's no. I thought Beale. I don't know. Probably, but I don't know. Beale, the squad that Beale left us with was maybe worse.
Maybe. I think it's everybody's opinions. I think everybody's, when you're getting beaten in a game, your comments or your opinions are different in the next day. Do you know what I mean? It's just a reaction thing. But listen, all days and night, that's come up to another. We've spoken enough about getting beat. JD and Ricky's a bit to bother top on certain players, especially Ricky with Dowell. He doesn't want to see his face again the rest of his life, but you maybe see him on Sunday. But anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight.
Ricky froze?
Because I mentioned Kieran Dowell.
He's staring at you. He's raging.
He's away. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate that, JD. Thanks for coming on tonight. Ricky as well, thank you for coming on. Bye for now.